This thing, man, I swear. Testing, testing. This thing, man, I swear. Testing, testing. Alright, that should suffice. Hello everyone, my name's Ethonra, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Give me 1 second, I need to turn my TV up a little bit because I got these headphones in. Or headset on, rather. The speech impediments begin already, I see. Well, anyway, you guys are probably wondering why we're here and why we're in first person. Well, don't worry. Zio is still the same Zio as last time. It's just, and the bottom left probably gave it away, so it might have been smarter to have done this. But I digress. I meant to do it yesterday, but I legitimately forgot until like a minute after I ended the stream. I was like, ah, frick, I forgot to show them my samurai. So, you gotta admit, she looks pretty awesome, like an official professional samurai, am I right? However, as our things want to do, it has one fatal flaw. It clips hardcore. I did have a solution for that though. Probably can't do it here, gotta be in here. I'll show you in just a second, then we'll get started. There's this one, which I really like. This is that top I was talking about, by the way. Too bad there's nothing going on in the back. It's really weird design for me. I can understand if it was like solid plate metal, but when it's just cloth, there's no excuse. And the other ones are, well, this one and then this one. My friend Rella helped make this possible, so hopefully they're the ones watching right now. But as much as I like this one, I figured if I'm doing this miniature showcase, I might as well do the one that's my actual favorite, which is this. It's just a crying shame that it clips. But don't worry, I'll keep this quick, and then we'll queue up for the trial. I kind of hate that I forgot to do this yesterday because I was planning to queue up with the trial first and then start the stream immediately once we got a bite, but at the risk of forgetting for the third time, I decided I'll just do this. So the thing I want to talk about real quick before we get started is this macro down here, duodecim slash. Quick history lesson. I originally made the macro called deca slash, something along those lines, which means 10 in Latin, because there were 10 slashes. Imagine my surprise when I was able to add 2 more, and duodecim happens to be 12, which is really awesome considering I'm a Dissidia fan. Now, this should work flawlessly. All the stuff is off cooldown, so as long as no weird lag things are going on and I'm not moving around too much, it will work. The only downside is you know, everything has to be ready, so that takes a little bit. So I can't just spam it out as if I use the ability separately. But when the planets align and when the blue moon is in orbit and everything is as it should be, if I get the chance to do it, I'm going for it. So here's how it looks. I'm such an idiot. I see what I did wrong. Let me try it again. I should have known it would be something embarrassing. Oh well, while we wait these 36 seconds, something else I wanted to talk about was, I looked into it, and how's the best way to put this? I'm kind of distracted, so I'm just looking at the timer and hoping not to embarrass myself. I could have swore I was looking at the dummy. I guess I wasn't. But it wouldn't really be an Ethonra video without some kind of mess up somewhere, right? Oh, another little trick I like to do is I like to have one of these combo abilities ready, just so after I use whatever samurai skill I want, I can just do something like that and get a slot back. We still got another minute. We need the skill down there on the 50 cooldown. You know what? We'll risk it. I'll take it as penance for wasting y'all's time. If we end up getting this during my demonstration, then I guess we're going as samurai. Originally, I was going to go as my gunbreaker, because I didn't want to embarrass myself, but my little showcase here already demonstrated that, didn't it? Oh, I also chose this area just because hardly anyone ever comes here. I did see one poor soul in the cutscene, though, so they got quite a journey ahead of them. I technically don't have to wait this long, because of that. But okay, let's try this again, shall we? Now, didn't that look much better? Leave it to me to mess it up though, right? And thankfully, the thing didn't queue up, so we will go as Gunbreaker. Come on now, don't lie to me. I saw that aggro drop. Okay. So, yeah, you're free to do whatever you want, mysterious stranger, until it actually starts up. No point ending the stream now just to start it later once everything is in order. Alright, I was waiting to see if anyone needed this. They technically don't. They're way higher level for this, but they're doing it anyway, so. It was cute, that guy was trying to use the Reaper there. Magitech Reaper, I should say. I kind of wish it was the other bear quest, because there's one that mentions how he goes after Lalafels, so naturally I can't let that stand. Though, in a way, it's probably a good thing that it's not that one, because knowing my luck, as it is wont to do, chances are that the queue would pop like immediately, and then I'd be leaving the Black Maze twisting in the wind, and that'd just be uncool. So, I guess it's for the best it didn't queue up. Or, yeah, I guess that's fine. Queue up, pop up. Pick your poison. Well, that one's on you, my man. Well, actually, I can solve that issue real quick. There. That's another little trick I like to do whenever uninvited guests show up. Not to sound, well, like an elitist, but I do hope we get people who know what they're doing. One, so I can kind of learn faster by seeing what they're doing. And two, I would hate to be the one that, like, drags everybody down. I don't know. Maybe having a little confidence will help. I do take pride in myself as a tank, despite not being rotation oriented. I just kind of do whatever. Well, that's not true, because if that was the case, then I'd be like going out of combo on purpose and stuff. Oh, you better run. Alright, let's do one of my favorite activities to make this go by faster. We're going to go and visit the inn. Future note, I also meant to do this way earlier, like around 10 o'clock my time, let's say, because that's when reset happens. So when reset, well, yeah, reset, not weekly reset. I was going to differentiate the two, but I really don't need to. Reset and weekly reset are not the same thing. Anyway, the reset, and doing it around that time just seemed like it'd be a better idea, because everyone will be doing their roulettes, like trial roulette or main story quest. Well, no, that's not true. It would make logical sense for main story quest roulette to be much bigger than it is. Oh, there's Rella, by the way. I thought they logged out. Well, Rella, you're on stream. Yeah, I bet you did notice. I guess this would be a good time to point this out. I'm pretty sure I've done this before, but again, for the sake of killing time, we got another DPS. I'm not sure if we lost one and then got another one or what, but we got one if we did lose one. Kind of feels like they're all doing it now. I feel like I might have said that before too, back in, because I could have swore these had like multiple ones you could pick, but now they don't, except for like these. So either I'm misremembering or they did actually change it. Oh, I got an idea. Kind of. No. I'll save that for another video. I was going to queue up, or not queue up, I was going to do New Game Plus as, let's see, where did we leave off? Dark Knight Part 4, yeah. But one I am all too happy to, no, I almost withdrew. One I'm all too happy to do, though, would be Samurai, so I will at least start it up so I don't forget, and then when we come to it, I'll just do it. Because it's not my earliest, but it's one of my earliest job showcases. Way back when I first started streaming and uploading and whatnot. And I know, even in the description, I commented on my regret for not being able to show you all how awesome the Samurai story quest was. But thanks to New Game Plus, we can fix that. But again, I'll save that for a separate video. Alright, we got another DPS, just 2 healers. That's not meant to be a pun, but that's not too much to ask for, is it? Also, I'm not sure where it is, but there is a way to view the very first cutscene, but I have no earthly idea where it is. I found it before, and you'd think it would be right here, but it isn't. Oh, also, this is something else I meant to mention. I think, unless I'm misremembering, it is me. I feel like, remember the Xenos theme, as I called it? His time between the second speech? I believe I was wrong, because I think you do hear it earlier than that. I'm pretty sure. I think I was watching someone else play through the game, and they got to a certain point, and that theme played before his time, you know, the second speech. but I don't recall if it played for Xenos or for someone else. I want to unfortunately say someone else, but be that as it may, the time between the second speech will always be Xenos' thing. Let's see, why don't we watch it if I can find it? That was a fun chapter, very fun chapter. In case the thumbnail there didn't give it away. I don't think it's that far though. Oh well, works for me. Hopefully we won't get too many trials in the future. I mean, we are, but I meant like the very next one be yet another trial. I'll keep the box open for now, but if my FC starts to chatter on, I'll close it, or at least try to close it. Okay, we got some first timers, that's natural. I am one myself. Being here, that is. Anyone want to bet that the other tank is the new person? Dang man, she has so much attitude, but I don't want to comment. Otherwise,
come, give yourselves to my scouring winds, that I may feast upon your essence.
Gotta say though, I think it's cool she's using a giant longsword. You don't typically see weapons like that too often. Nope, it's not the tank, but am I in tank stance? Yes I am. Alright then, I guess it'll be me.
Such rich, exquisite ether. My head shimmers with anticipation. On your guard.
That's a unique AoE. Nah, that's too obvious. Yeah, I knew she was doing something else. It was just a simple looking line. I need the other tank here. Oh, we clipped somebody.
How about you?
That looks like a donut. I don't see how this could be a point blank AoE. Yeah. And we already know she's about to... Yep. I'm gonna stand right here. Well, he'll be alright. Want to protect the other healer.
My looks are as the wind.
Okay, I didn't even know we lost somebody.
Strong and free.
Guessing something bad happens when we step out of the circle. Oh. Good. Got it off in time. Which one is that? Oh, the sideways one.
Try this.
Good lord. Dude, her AoEs are so brutal. Did she do something different? I don't remember her putting her... Oh, okay, that must be it. I was about to say, I don't remember her putting her hand down the last 2 times she did that. And have to try to keep an eye on the healer. We do not want to lose them. There we go. Oh man, she hurts too. Oh, that's going to kill me. Matter of fact, I'm going to take this, but I'm going to use this. There we go. Because I didn't want to risk using a normal defensive cooldown in case it still killed me, because that move really hurt. So I decided, well, I'm explaining what I just did, but...
You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
As I was just explaining. I don't know why, but I'm getting like some Metal Gear vibes. I'm guessing don't be in the middle. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, if we group up. Okay, that's fine.
Dodge this if you can. I'll make it quick.
You doing some ninja moves? Oh, she's definitely living up to that wind thing. She is fast. Kind of losing track of what I'm doing, trying to keep up with her. I have no idea what this marker means. This is different. Oh, it's probably that. I wonder. I need a cooldown. Nah, that's fine. What was I saying? I forgot now. Oh, I think that crystal thing no, that's not technically what I was thinking. Anyway, I was thinking earlier how it'd be nice if we had an AoE that shows like this one is tracking me. I know what this means. There was an AoE that shows it tracks you, but then once it drops, it leaves behind a lingering AoE. That'd be really handy, because one of the earliest instances I can think of is when... Okay, good, the healers are okay. I'll save it. One of the earliest instances I can think of is something like... I think it's the Sigmascape, or one of them at least. Whoop.
Know your place.
Man, I'm losing myself in amongst all these AoE. She is insane. Oh, I see. This should be fine. Yeah, cool. Oh. I guess I'll go ahead and stand here since she's facing forward. Oh, there's the Sephiroth pillar. What I told last time. Good thing I know what that means. It's like kind of hard to see though because of all the stuff that was going on. I mean, I could see it there, but if the AoE start getting crazy like they did a second ago, that could be an issue. Man. I was about to say, man, I'm like screwed no matter what. I couldn't move. Oh, and she's doing hurricanes. At least she's only doing that. That should be fine. Oh, okay. Alright. The healers are still good, which is nice. Almost have Super Bowl eye back. Don't know if I'll need it, but
Dodge this if you can. I'll make it quick.
see what I mean? It's like really... I'm almost terrified how this fight will go if I was my Lalafell. I'm having a hard time keeping track of my aura. And I imagine the extreme version of this is just ungodly. Okay, yeah, see, they have that marker, so I'm... Oh, I didn't see that. I'll go ahead and use it here, since the healers... Oh, why'd you do that? Since the healers are, not getting murked anymore. They probably didn't see me, to be fair. Like I said, there's so much stuff going on. Oh, crap. They took a bad time to rest. Okay, good. They still have the invincibility, though. Speaking of which...
Don't underestimate me.
You see what I meant by having, like, either it's because we're not getting enough damage out because we're too busy dodging AoEs, or she's one of those examples of a boss that has really thick health. Oh, then of course I forgot we've also been technically nerfed. So when you combine all three, I guess this is what you get. Oh, this is different. Oh yeah, we're gonna get hit by this. Oh man, that was a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle, because I thought for sure we were going to get crushed. I would actually read what what the ailment is, but one, I already figured it out. I'll just be curious what the dialogue is, but don't have too much of an opportunity, especially as the main tank. I'm glad the other guy's a paladin, though. That's very useful, especially here. Oh, you know what? It just dawned on me why she gives me Metal Gear vibes. To be more specific, Metal Gear Solid 4. She's giving me Beauty and the Beast vibes. Because her first form, you know, obviously, and the second form, just as obvious, if not more so. Want to give that to the Dragoon in case they get smacked. I seriously don't even want to... Thinking about how the extreme here must be is giving me a headache. I'm not even kidding. I need to pay attention. That's going to be tight. But we did it.
The insolence.
I'm gonna have to remember in the future to like mark the tanks because it's so easy to get lost. And the fact that she has 2 tank busters, well 3 technically, it would be it would suck quite a bit to get caught by one of those. You know, it kind of felt like I got a random speed boost there, and I almost ran into the AoE. I can kind of see that being a mechanic in like a boss fight that might control time. Because, oh jeez. Because that would be, ooh, glad I stopped, I didn't see them. You know, that's also, like I said, I'm glad I stopped, because that was a bit of muscle memory there. I learned that whenever you have a marker AoE, unless you're a melee DPS, 9 times out of 10, you should just stop moving. Unless, like I said, if you're the melee DPS and it's on you, then people should just move from you. Of course, it depends on the AoE and whatnot. If you're the caster DPS, a ranged DPS, you should always move. That should go without saying. I'll just eat this one with you, I don't mind. Ooh, almost ran into that. I'm glad we didn't need that limit break 3 for like the healers, because their patterns don't seem like they're adding anything new. They're still just as brutal as ever. It's just that they're really fast, and I think they hurt pretty bad. Her first phase definitely hurt. I'm gonna have to mash this. There we go. Still don't know what happens if you get knocked out the circle. I don't think it's an instant death. It's a tether, so let me move. So probably nothing too bad.
No, I will not be denied.
Usually I have that ready, but I was too distracted. Oh, look at that. It's actually showing up on strain. That didn't happen before. Huh. That's, I don't know why. I just happened to look at my screen and I saw it. I'll give it to you. Because you did do good. I know you were definitely helping. Did I get a vulnerability up there? I'm not sure. I was too busy focusing more than trying to do my job. I think I did my job fair enough. Aside from messing up once or twice, like when that one dude ran into me with a marker.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet. You're finished.
Man, waste no time.
Damn it all!
She also reminds me a bit of a Bayonetta, which is not a good thing. But I don't know why that just dawned on me now. Because her whole thing is her hair. She's wearing it like a bodysuit. I'll finish my rant. No, not rant. My little tip in a second. About the marked AoEs and whatnot.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya.
We can still hold on to the crystal.
So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Yet.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Yeah.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Agreed. Okay, looks like now I can say something. First off, I am wrong. I did get at least one, maybe two vulnerability ups because the tank thought I didn't know what I was doing, which was only half true. But I knew what I was doing with that mechanic. I've seen it before, hence why it worked when I did what I did. But, you know, I had to reply to him. I couldn't just sit there and take that. Not that he was being disrespectful. It's just I wanted to be clear. I did that on purpose. So as much as I would like to say, oh yeah, I did the whole fight without getting a vulnerability up, freaking awesome, I did. So as much as that grates me, I still did. The second thing is the AoE markers I was talking about. It'd be nice if they would be separate, where one was an obvious, this just tracks you, so be wary of that. And then the other one tracks you, but once it goes off, it also leaves a lingering AoE. I'm hoping they do that, because they seeming to be expanding their AoE markers now. If Garuda 2.0 wasn't proof of that. Well, 3.0, if you count the one from the first. That is true. I'm hoping she's just tired, but... Oh, at least she's breathing. Let's check the journal, see what's all up. Let me go down here first. One second, by the way, sorry. Gotta blow into this. Sorry. If the reason why I sometimes make that sacrifice, that decision, is because if I just unplug the mic, it'll still be a loud, abrupt noise. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for me. I mean, I would normally say, well, why not supply a steady stream of ether just to keep her stabilized, but like Y'shtola just said, there's no telling what they'll actually do. That could make things worse. So, oh look, I just noticed her hat is off. Yeah, her hairstyle is amazing. Let's see. Pretty sure she's still comatose. Yep. Well, I mean... I hope y'all don't hear that yelling outside. The chimpanzees escaped the zoo. Okay, she did at least consider it. That's true. Of course. Exactly. See, I'm glad they're starting to make more sense now, unlike a certain past expansion I can think of. Oh, really? Got to mute my phone. Yeah, Zero said as much herself, really. Which begs the question, has she actually eaten any void scent? She seems reluctant to do it, so I'd imagine she hasn't. So I'm willing to bet her strength is all her own, which just makes her that much more impressive. Or, who knows, maybe she has, because she did mention how her meditation helps her retain her form, so that's also possible. Alright, I'm going to assume they all say the same thing. I'll check with the disinterested Spider-Woman, just to be sure. Yeah, thought so. Alright, so, guess it's safe to assume we're good. Almost forgot. Want to play a little bit of ninja. Alright. One second. Headset starting to pinch. Let me try something. That might help a little bit. There. Let's see how that goes. Yep. No one here has anything left to say. So I guess we just made a Sinian carrier, because I don't think we took it up to a vote, unless I was distracted, not paying attention. I was still thinking back to the Super Bolide stunt I pulled. I figure that's a pretty common tactic. I'm honestly surprised I don't see it more. Like I said, the only reason why I did it was because my health was already low, and I didn't want to risk getting one-shotted with my regular cooldowns unless I used all of them, so I just used Super Bolide. And the reason why I ran is so the Paladin wouldn't take unnecessary damage, because I know he wasn't going to do the same thing. So, if I had enough time, I would have told him I just explained on stream why I did what I did. I kind of wish I had done that, but oh well.
Ah, you're all safe. Thank the sisters.
Good.
A moment while I close the gate.
I'm longer going to have a 7-minute conversation while it stays open. Yeah, if I say the poor Atmos is going to get pushed into that muck. I was kind of wondering why that was there.
We may rest easy for now.
I was wondering why that was there, that pool of darkness underneath it, since, you know, the little orb was just there on its own. It makes sense now. Again, that was actually really smart that the developers designed it that way. I like that.
Was there any trouble? I expect some void sense slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important?
Nah, we don't have much to go on.
The polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Oh, you mean that. Well, we did learn she's alive, so that's something.
Indeed.
Well, no, that's not technically true. Actually, yes it is. Because, again, I can't pronounce their names.
It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
But the Wind Archfiend did comment on feasting on the dragon again. So yeah, she is technically alive. Now, did anyone else pick up on that? I don't know. These guys being who I'm talking to, I mean.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan.
Whoops, sorry.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Sometimes they talk so agonizingly slow that I read ahead, and then once I finish reading, I press it. So, what's the word I want to use? Well, I know the word, I just can't pronounce it. Never mind. You'll find pronunciation is quite difficult when you cannot remember how to pronounce the word in the first place. Still need to see my doctor about that. Yeah, no, that's my issue, not yours. Let's get back to the game. Oh, neat. Almost makes up for not having any comms. I get rain.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether.
So what, she should be able to absorb it like a sponge?
Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
And we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Daniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Even beyond the grave.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Anything for family, huh? I'm actually trying to train myself not to talk every other sentence, because I was going to comment on something, but I was like, no, I'll just keep repeating it in my head and then just say it when it's over. But it's about Zero's hair. I couldn't quite tell because of the hat. I saw it a little bit but wasn't sure. And being in that dark dimension definitely didn't help. But out here where everything is almost unnecessarily bright, and with that zoom in, it was much more obvious. Zero's hair, for those, it's almost like she's smiling. That's kind of cute. Zero's hair with the very, very faded blue and then the dark blue highlights. I don't remember if I shared this little secret, but back when Noctis first came to Final Fantasy XIV and I made my little Noctis Lalafell, very proud of that. That's the exact style I used to get his hair, because Noctis's hair isn't actually completely black. It's actually blue, but it's a really, really dark blue. It turned out really nice. Give it a try next time you feel like rocking the Noctis hairstyle, if you have it. Oh, yeah, let's see if her condition's any different. Yeah, okay, cool. Also, from that angle, her hat looked completely flat. That's why I was wondering what was going on there. 3D dimensions. Yeah, 3 dimensions, am I right? Yeah, it is a bit bright in here, huh? And I guess there is some room to do some backflips. Very good idea. I might go and tend to my island. I like how that's a response, because it makes me wonder, because I don't think the sanctuary is part of the story, is it? So would this option be there if I never started it? That's cute, but this is the one I actually want to pick. Yeah, Zio's got this. I wonder what her thoughts are when she's gonna wake up here. She doesn't seem like the type to freak out, so I highly doubt that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure just gonna be a where am I kind of thing, which is fine. I just want to see what she says. Let's see. Well, as usual, we're gonna enjoy the rain, so buckle in. Man, I tell you, nothing makes me sleep better than a rainy night. Especially if you happen to have like one of those roofs that are not necessarily made of tin, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? The pitter-patter of the raindrops that kind of just soothe you to sleep, or when they hit the window panes just right. I'm telling you, man, nothing beats it. I'm not afraid of thunderstorms at all, and I've heard thunder so loud it literally shook the house. But I don't see how people can actually fall asleep to thunderstorms per se, because the thunder would usually kind of snap you out of it, wouldn't it? Especially if it's especially if it's particularly loud, you know. Oh man, this place is so weird. But yeah, if it's deafeningly loud, I really don't see how I could soothe you to sleep, because thunder isn't always consistent like that. Sometimes it'll be just a low rumble, and then sometimes it'll be like someone snapped some dynamite in half and it exploded at the same time, you know? But nah, not me. I just need the soothing rain. Regardless, preferably if it's heavy rain. Angel rain, as I like to call it, when it's really, really light. Like, it's almost like a mist, it's so light. Doesn't cut it, unless you're out in it, which is still nice. I'm talking about sleeping to it. Also, I think I need to repair my gun breaker. Yeah, just going to do that. I don't think I need to repair my samurai. Nah. Oh, how I wish I could use her. But, as I explained, the clipping. Funnily enough, she's not doing it right now. There it goes. Yeah, there it goes again. As I said before, the wind in this game is actually there, which is impressive, to say the least. Man, what a waste. Oh, it hurts. What a waste. Thankfully, Rella did help me get around it a little bit, but still. Ah, well, I should be happy. It's better than nothing, and I do appreciate their help. Man, these are all great options, especially this one and this one. These are both good. Because all these seem like they'd be pretty generic answers, so I'll just pick this one just to be wacky. I knew fruits would have been a good one because refreshing. I would have picked that one if I was being serious, but the other two options I think were great. Also, funnily enough, speaking of fruits, I saw this from a distance. I know I didn't, because I would remember. Ironic, I know. But the fruit has to be fake. Like, realistically, if you were actually in this world, that fruit would have to be fake, right? Because who just cuts open an orange and then just leaves it there? That's so strange to me. Even if the fruit is fake, that's so strange. Well, that's good. I didn't think it warranted that great of a celebration, but it's still nice. See if she has anything to comment about it. Yeah, it is. Alright, just because I don't want to ramble more than I normally do, I will be merciful and spare you all and just teleport to where we need to go. Also, I remember you used to get achievements for attuning to all the Aetherite. Did I not do that last time? Did I get an achievement? I want to say no. I don't remember. It doesn't matter now. It's just something I thought about. I guess that's something they changed because, you know, the whole map and warping thing, that's definitely new. That was not there in the beginning for a long time. So maybe when they put that in the game, that's when it became a thing. Where you didn't have to tune to them all, I mean.
Light.
I was kind of hoping she'd comment on that, or how bright it is here.
Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here?
Called it.
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah, woo!
Yeah, that was my initial reaction too.
What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where? Ah, but this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
It's so weird seeing him back in the child body now. I thought the other one would have been kind of a permanent upgrade, but I guess it's only reserved for battle, which, fair enough. But you never know when you're going to be attacked, so...
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wow, just suck it out of the apple. I thought she'd at least bite it.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
None of you are going to believe me, but I kind of felt that'd be the case, because Zero's just so strange. I would not have been surprised if she didn't know how to eat, so I was curious. That's why I said I thought she'd at least bite it first, or play around with it, but no. It doesn't matter, we're getting there anyway.
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
Wow, that's really sad. Way sadder than everything in Endwalker. Sorry, I'll stop. For now.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die.
Thought as much.
And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
Estinian.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
He definitely has more of an accent as a child.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, it is that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, While we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzat Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
A stranger you remain?
I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
Is his name Varshahan? I was thinking about how bad I am with pronunciation, and I figure these names would be an excellent way to practice, provided I don't choke on my tongue in the attempt. Oh, look at that. Mini Sir Emmerich with fox ears. Yeah, I bet that feels pretty nice. Nah, you should try it in the rain. Wonder when we're gonna get that emote. Oh man. Well, you guys are in for the long haul, I'm afraid. Ordinarily I would just teleport, but I honestly don't remember, and I'd rather not risk it. Actually, we will risk it, because it's right here, so it won't be that bad. I'm not going to ride on a dodo again. You can't make Zio do that. It's kind of interesting how their connection, for lack of better terms, worked. Because it seems like she was aware the entire time, regardless of whether she was summoned or not. I kind of like that. If you look on the map, you can see the little top point. Let me see something real quick. Because if there's... You know what? Because I'd be really mad if there was more. I don't think there is. I think it's okay. If we warp and we get separated, we'll just warp back. But I don't think there's any talk points or conversation points besides that one. So, let's see what happens. Oh, cool. I'll have to remember that. No, we already talked. Now then. Now they're both cool. Yeah, smell. Yeah. See if she makes a comment about what happened earlier. Nah. Alright. I'm sure we'll get around to her in a second. Oh, trust me, I can relate. Join the club, sister. Okay, they'll just say the same thing. Okay, where to next? Ah yes, one of my favorite places for upgrading and getting new gear. Hopefully we'll come back here more often once I start doing extremes again. I'm so far behind though, I really don't know where to start. I still haven't finished Eden, for crying out loud. Regular Eden. I'm honestly surprised I haven't gotten randomly flung in there by the roulette by now. Of course, now that I've said something. Yeah, I'm wondering what her thoughts are on clothes. I mean, she obviously has an eye for fashion, so that's good. Oh. Alright, Zero, I promise this isn't a thing people normally do. Well, what a guy. Cardio time. Oh, right. He did take it to the shop. That makes sense. Though, no, that's fair. There's no telling how long it would take. I figured he would have took care of that, then showed up to the meeting. So, okay. Fair move, game. Fair move. Because I figured nothing was wrong with it, but the fact they're doing maintenance, I guess there was something up. Kind of makes you wonder now. I don't think it'd be a plot point later, but it does make you wonder. Yeah, don't try to mug her like you did Estinian. She will actually kill you. Yeah, see, he says that, but I'm not seeing any more conversation points, so I guess it's safe to teleport back. Unless she's suddenly going to take an interest in clothing now. Ah, okay. I was about to say, I recognize that coat anywhere. I honestly forgot it existed. There is a inverse version. Obviously, you're looking at it. But I genuinely forgot they existed. People usually stick to the other one because you can dye it. The only thing that doesn't get changed is like the gold and the white fur. Mulberry trees. Hmm. Did he now? Yeah, you could make the argument Xenos was like that. That definitely would fall under his category of friend. Yeah, exactly. More or less. Such energetic waves. Ah, she's so cool. Nothing to do with Xenos related, which is good. I'm hoping she doesn't get the Otsuyu or Papalimo treatment, though. That'd be quite disheartening. That's also fair. On a serious note, you really should consider who your friends are. It's quite important, believe it or not. Join the club. Oh, happy to hear that. Oh, even better. Buried memory. I've seen that somewhere. They're still an Endwalker. Well, I hope they're enjoying it. There's no snark there, by the way. I genuinely mean it. It's just, I think I know what part they're in, judging by their level and where they are right now. I didn't particularly enjoy that cutscene, but I could be wrong. Oh, look who's still here. the kiddos.
So, what are your impressions of Radz-at-Han?
There's a lot of mortals.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
I'm gonna let this go on auto.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part void sent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call void sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
Wow, I was thinking the same thing.
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
I wonder if the turkey will still be steaming by the time she finishes. Oh, sorry, turkeys and pizza. Oh man, I bet the pizza's... Oh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th.
Exactly.
But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees.
I just wanted to stop it for a second to say I need to take my own advice and really hop on to Eden. Because it's not going to be that much more difficult than what we just did, you know? So, since... No, I can't. No, yes I can. I try to save my resets for Tuesday. Like, I do none Monday, then I do them all Tuesday before the reset. Basically doubling down, because I've explained this before, my tomes are full, so doing them now will benefit me nothing, except maybe Gil. But yeah, I'll have to remember that the next time, maybe even tomorrow, I'll have to hop into Eden, because I really want to finish that before I come across something like story breaking, you know? Plus, I despise being a hypocrite, so...
But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. You say these things as if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye.
That wasn't me, by the way.
And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone.
I like that. For a split second, Sinian still considered himself a full-blown Scion. That's nice. Don't know if it was done intentionally, like the developers did, but that's still a nice touch that he feels that close to the cause.
Old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
My point exactly.
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdai. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Dude, look at that plate. I think I might have forgotten to eat again before I started. Oh well. Wasn't too much to eat anyway, so I'll be fine. Maybe have some spaghetti later. I almost forgot. That one was technically a thumbnail one, wasn't it? Sorry, I had to do that backwards. Actually, no, let me make that right. There you go. Oh. It'd been kind of funny if he drew his weapons first, then chased it. No, this should be an interesting conversation with his fiends. Sorry, arch fiends. Because she was quite fearsome, so I can only imagine what the other two must be like. Especially Mr. I'm too cool to care over there. Ah, that rhymed.
First Scarlione, and now Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
Well, he got over that fast.
Was no lie. They conspire with a memorial. And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee success, however, I will require Cagnezzo's cooperation.
Oh, is this going to be a Ifrit Garuda kind of deal? Nah, I doubt it.
Rather sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for screaming.
Is his voice different? Nah, can't be.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Why is he only giving slack to the ones that actually seem to respect him? It's like the Archfiend of Water can say whatever, and Golbez's just like, yeah, alright.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Aha! Some excitement for a change.
Also, it just dawned on me. You know what? Let me wait till after the cutscene.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
Golbez wielding a sword is so weird.
What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
Especially one that looks so small. It looks like a long sword.
As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled.
Oh, Golbez is getting hyped. That is not good. So, as I was about to say, does anyone else find it irredeemably ironic? Wow, I didn't think that would be the end. I know there's like more because I'm so behind. It's just, I thought it'd go a bit farther. Then again, we did take down 2 fiends, so I guess it makes sense. 2 here, 2 later. I've never seen memory written like that before. I know the point of doing that is making the word shorter, and that also changes how it's pronounced. But anyway. Oh wow, that's actually it? Dang, I was wrong. I thought I was so much farther behind. Huh. I thought I was much farther behind. I thought people had like gotten to Golbez by now. Well, that is quite a relief because that means I'm not as far behind as I thought. So, yeah, I'm not as far behind as I thought. So I can actually start catching up on other things like some extremes, Pandemonium, the raid. I'm aware of the new raid is out. I haven't ran it yet though. No, I want to talk to her. Where is she? We're not going to get to talk to her. Unless I find her in the city somewhere. Oh, that's new, clearly. Wonder what that's about. Let's go investigate that. But as I was saying, anyone find it irredeemably ironic that we're fighting, and this is why I think it's such an odd choice, that we're fighting Golbez, you know, the brother to a certain Cecil, who just happens to be a Dark Knight, the main job from the last expansion. Kind of strange, huh? You'd think they would inverse that, because I know we're known as the Warrior of Darkness in the first, but that's more so because that's just what so happens to be what the Light Wardens were weak to. You can make the assumption, at least, since they were light attuned, then it makes sense darkness will be the most effective. But whether that's true or not, you can't help but feel a bit of irony that the main bad guy is Golbez, but the main job is Paladin and not Dark Knight. I mean, you could almost be like Cecil in spirit, you know? But yeah, let's see what's up with this. It's probably going to go nowhere. I might just end the stream right after, but since we're right here, and it does seem like it's related to the story anyway. Actually, I bet I know what this might be. This might be the Cardinal Virtues equivalent to Endwalker. Oh, okay. You didn't catch it? man, I really hate I didn't say this before, because it's kind of half true. Dang, man, such a hypocrite. Anyway, something I was going to say was, you remember back when the Void Gate was introduced, it was like really small, like, oh, you know, only something small can get through? I was thinking how that might be true, but wouldn't something with a liquid body have an easier time getting through? What was on the thumbnail? Could have called that days in advance, but I just had to be quiet for once, didn't I? You have it hosted in your main encampment? Come on, dude. I don't know why I said the word hosted. I guess because he said Radiant Host and they are playing host to it. Never mind, I guess it still fits. I probably just worded it wrong. But my point is, why would you put it there? It's like putting a nuke right in the White House Oval Office. Or not the Oval Office. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I would hope. I guess I'm tripping over my words again because I'm getting excited for no reason. Because I have noticed I am speaking a bit better, so that's good. I don't recall if I mentioned it 2 streams ago. And actually, I think I did, but I was like feeling a bit nervous, even though there was no reason to. So maybe it's related to that somehow. Normally I wouldn't do this, but like I said, I'm kind of excited, so let's just get in there. I wonder what these are. Let me look at these real quick. These must be Disciple of yeah, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I should have known better. Yeah, I obviously don't play these jobs, so... Dang, I can see Hien, though. Physical range DPS. I did actually level up Bard to level 50 on my old account. I have not done that this account. That'd be easy, though. I can do that with my Red Mage. I don't mind playing that class too much. I completely forgot about those. That means I'll have to make videos on them. I'll have to try to remember that when I do them. You don't even have it contained, dude. Yeah, probably because it doesn't have a mouth. Oh, never mind then. There goes that theory. Unless the mouth is under the creature. Are you one of the mobs we sliced apart? Oh, that's how you're doing it. Oh, yeah, that would explain the weird speech bubble. Okay. Ah, I see where this is going. Yeah, the more important question. I gotta say, I did not imagine our stream ending like this. How hard am I gonna have to look? Kinda hard it seems. Alright. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm glad it was, so accommodating. I thought for sure it'd be like, well, that self might have said that, but I haven't. Again, a organically felt sad story, Endwalker. Again, sorry, not really, but sorry for now. Oh, they had Nickos over there too. Oh, wow, he's even proud about it. I'm starting to see that darkness that Zero was talking about. Oh, yeah, definitely some darkness. You're gonna bury him alive amongst the dead? Yeah, okay, you say that, but I think depending on his placement in the pile will more than likely determine if he lives or dies, but I digress. Case in point. Ooh. Oh, I see where this story's going. This is some interesting stuff. I'm glad we kept going. So that was his human origins, huh? Or, well, you know what I mean. Mortal origins. We? So which one were you then? Yeah, I'm glad we kept going. We'll definitely end the stream after this because I think it's going to end on a very fascinating note. Let's see. I guess we'll try to go in order. So it'd be like, go up here, catch this one, swing around this way, catch that one, then we'll warp back and get that one. It feels kind of awkward though because, I mean, this seems more appropriate It seems more appropriate after we defeated all the fiends, you know? Getting their back. It could go either way, I understand that. Which reminds me, I wanted to make a point about something, but I don't remember it now, of course. It was after the stream ended, one of the two I had, where I had said something, and I wanted to go back on it and be like, oh, you know, I said this and this and this, but obviously blah, 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 but I don't remember what it is now. Anyway, I understand it can go either way, but it feels weird that they're doing literally both. Half are dead, half are alive, but we're getting the backstory for them all. I would have just killed them all first, then learned about their backstory. That makes them retroactively more interesting, as opposed to learning their backstory now, and then we kill them like any old archfiend. Get what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense to you? How is nobody seeing these things? You're right here. Alright. Oh. I'm kind of hoping this is the Wind Archfiend's backstory. That would make the order more interesting. Yeah, see? So, again, I went in the right order. Hopefully that pattern continues. You know, I just want to make this comment because I don't think I did during the dragon thing. I know when Golbez was feeding the dragon to his pre-Archfiend subordinates, did anyone else notice that Scarmelion was the very first one to make a move? Like, he was the first one out of the gate? That explains a little bit. Ordinarily, you might think that's just a small detail, but retroactively, getting that information puts new things to light. See what I meant earlier? I mean, Golbez, that's kind of a very, very weak requirement for recruitment. I'm pretty sure a majority of soldiers will say the exact same thing. Literally anyone who's not make peace, not war, would say the exact same thing. I don't see why you would recruit him for that. But my thoughts are not Golbez's thoughts. Clearly. Oh, is that true? Oh, I guess he was trying to say, you know, you're a coward, but you're strong. So, because I was thinking, you know, why are they glowing? I know it's obviously to be like, oh, you know, there's something, they're they're meant to be the Archfiends, but it's like we already know who he is, so whether he's glowing or not shouldn't matter unless it's trying to convey there's something special about them, which, fair enough. That would explain why they glow. That would make much more sense than, oh, this one's glowing brown, so that's Scarmillion, you know? Or Scarmillion, whatever. Okay, I thought so. So basically he just space jammed him. Here's some miracle water. Does anyone even get that? Probably not. Alright, that definitely makes more sense. Well, I mean, in a way he is. Oh man, I just thought of something. So, if those two were both about him, okay, so they are going to do what I'm hoping they're doing. So by that logic, these next two should actually still be involving the Earth Archfiend above us, so you might think it's last, but it's also technically closer to us, so it's really hard to say. I'm going to go with my original plan and just hope that I'm right. But getting back on track, if they're doing what I suggested they should do, which is what it's shaping up to be, then I'm glad, because, like I said, to me, my opinion, I don't know why I do that. I hate when people do that, so I don't know why I did it. I guess because gift of gab has me just yammering when I don't need to. But anyway, I feel that it's better to tell certain stories that way. Like, I remember my point now. Wow, funny how that works. I don't remember it exactly, but I said something on the lines of how foreshadowing is important. Like if you mentioned that there's a gun in a bar, then sometime before the story is over, that gun needs to be used, that kind of situation. Being that the case, I am well aware they cannot do that for everything. Case in point, imagine everything we have right now, literally everything, all being crammed into a Realm Reborn. All these future people we might meet, Razat Han, all this stuff. Xenos, even, everything, all mentioned in A Realm Reborn. Not post, pre. Not only will that be impossible, it will be ridiculous to expect that. So I do understand why some things might feel like assholes, but as long as they have some root and logic and established canon, then I won't pick at it too much. Colorful language, you say. I guess that one did kind of slip out. Oh wow, he wasn't kidding. It sounds like someone, your father, has good reasons for not having you be around. Quite well bred. That's one way to put it. Yeah, it's almost like... Well, no, let me stop, because I'm making assumptions. For all I know, he could probably just be wanting her to go to the pool. The point I was trying to get at is, yes, let me separate you from your friends and family so you have to rely on me and me alone. Ladies, you know the type. I wonder if that's one of the women in the portraits we saw. Oh, rain. Normally I like that, but something tells me this story is... She looks familiar the closer I look at her. And the axe. Well, I was right. It did end badly. Just not for who I thought it would. Dang, did she really chop on them all night long? She must have. It was in the middle of the night. Yeah, I recognize that face anywhere. Free as the wind. What did I just say? I kind of got a good look at her during that cutscene. It's like, wait a minute, her face, her hair, her eyes. I know who this is. So it is still a mix of both. Yeah. Just left that fool dead on the floor. An interesting backstory, but not quite as compelling as the other. Well, I guess they're both compelling in their own way. I don't know, man. She seemed pretty happy about hacking up her own dad. See, that kind of sucks, though, because Scarlet Leon got 2. So that means even if... Unless the next one is about her, too. That's the only way they can really balance it out. Let's see. I keep forgetting I don't really need to check the name. I can just zoom around the map until I get there. But yeah, so unless this next one is about her, it's kind of unfair that the Earth Archfiend got 2. Yeah, that must be it. That makes the only sense. $11:09, you say? Almost bedtime. Ah, I knew it. I was like, okay, it's either left or right. Oh, snap, I found 0. Well, that's wonderful to hear. Cool. I wonder... well, it doesn't matter. Okay, it looks like this is going to be about her. It is pretty. You need a void scent that could move her domain at will because of her wind powers. So, okay, I was right. That's good. Not necessarily me being right, but the fact that they did balance it out. Because I thought we'd get all 4 fiends, but that's not the case. We're getting these 2 because they're the 2 we've killed. So good. Good storytelling. And I'm also glad I did it in the right order, because I could see it being just as easily the other way, with the top one being last, because you had to go to a different plane. But I felt proximity made more sense. It also explains why she swore on her hair. Like, I get it, there's a better word to describe it, but let's try to keep this at least relatively PG. She was hot for an archfiend, right? So it makes sense that she would swear on something like her beauty, i.e. her hair. So fair enough. Wow, man, you just gave it to her? Then again, let me not judge too quick. Maybe Golbez has some kind of other scheme I'm not seeing. Okay, so Scarlet Mion's was strength, hers is will. I guess you can make the argument they're the same thing, but... Actually, I wouldn't, but still. I guess it'd make more sense to say Scarmillion's was his potential, as opposed to his will, his strength. No, he made it clear it was his strength. I'm wrong. I would say her place was very well earned. I mean, learning that she was... See what I meant about how it makes more sense to do it afterwards. But learning about her savagery in retrospect of how she was fighting, all the AoEs going off, can give Titan a run for his money with his landslide PTSD. Okay, good. I'm like that. I'm gonna have to try to remember. Yeah. See, I thought it'd be like a separate mission. That was just a little bit of a lore dump. Is it really? That can't be right. Is it? Oh wow, it really is just generically called airship landing. Anyway. Whoops. What was I saying? Oh, right. So I'll just have to remember to end the future streams like that when we get more story to deal with the art. Excuse me. Hiccup. Archfiends. And then I'm guessing Golbez realistically should get his own little segment. Like, we deal with the remaining 2, then we take a break from the story, then the story comes back, and then we deal with Golbez. I think that would be better, but we'll see. You say that, but anyone who walks through that door... How do they eat each other? Oh, right. Never mind. this one's kind of self-explanatory. He was there, so that doesn't matter. I am grateful for the information, though. Oh. Alright, so that's I honestly thought they would have fused together and then they went and do their own thing, and then a different Archfiend would have slipped through, and then we got the rest of the story from them. But this actually makes more sense and is actually better, because there's no need to add more Void Scent. We only got the one. So I'd say that does work out better. You say that, but you're not even looking at them. But I digress. You at least got company here, so... Then again, her back is towards them. It'll be fine. I'm just making fun. But okay, so... Now that we've actually caught up with the story... I definitely will get to doing all that other stuff. Maybe I'll get Rella, and maybe Niche to come with me. For certain, runs, like the dungeon, and maybe Eden. I'm sure my FC'd be more than happy to help, especially if it's a day like that. Good, she's still here. Right, so, pretty eventful stream, I'd say. Aside from the... It always has to begin with a hiccup, doesn't it? Aside from the embarrassing start with my whole samurai thing, I'd say the stream was actually quite well. Well, that and the fact that Tank thought I was a complete scrub, but besides those two, I would say the stream went pretty well. So, thank you all for tuning in, and I promise if I have the money, I promise I will be on top of the story next time. You won't have to wait 9 months for me to do this. But, I mean, no one was really waiting, right? Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you around.